everybody, and welcome to the Bat Friends podcast, episode number 84, where two friends rediscover an animated classic. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside the world champion, Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hi, everybody! What's up?
Joker's a failed comedian. Alright, on to 85.
Go read The Killing Joke. It's out of continuity and it's better.
No, it's in continuity.
I do actually. No, it's not.
Because Jeff Johns did a sequel to it.
But that's not in continuity. That's not in continuity. Fuck Jeff Johns. I do actually really like this episode. I'll get into it.
This is written by Paul Dini and
it is.
Randy Rogel.
Fucking Paul.
And directed by Boyd Kirkland. I don't, for the specific reason of Joker doesn't need motivation. Joker doesn't need a backstory. Just let Joker be Joker.
But, see, that's the thing, and that's where you got to get to, because this isn't actually giving Joker a backstory.
It's not a full-on backstory of, like, his secret origin. One quote. The best part about this would be a Condiment King.
Absolutely. I actually looked it up because, of course, I remember Condiment King, and it's one of those things that I look at him and I always forget that in this version he has a pickle for a head.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's just never processed before.
It's just a really amazing choice.
It's just outrageous, but it's Condiment King, so who fucking cares? So go on. Go on with your being wrong. No, I do love that he fucks this guy up with his mustard gun. And then everyone else is like, fuck this guy. And he's like, did you not see what I just did?
So, it's not the my parents are dead moment for Joker, yeah. But it gives story to him as to who he is today, which is, Joker's chaos, Joker's Joker.
But
let Joker be Joker.
This is the point that I think you're missing, because when I was rewatching this, and I did. Yeah.
Have some hot sauce.
And then he's like, oh my god, hot sauce, water. That doesn't make it better.
You need bread or milk.
Milk, right. Which, the way that it was animated, it could have been intended to be milk. And they just, it's one of those, like, remember the Korean animators from the animated Clerks? Whenever there's a fuck up, that's always what I think of. That's always what I think of is the Korean animators for Clerks.
I gotta rewatch that.
But so we're gonna jump ahead because you guys watch this episode, and if not, you're not watching as we talk.
I really enjoy his underwear is on the outside.
Yeah, I know, it's so ridiculous. I also love this. I love that Batman's kind of like, listen, I'm not gonna like go full bat on you, but you need to fucking stop.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Go home.
You'd catch up to me sooner or later. How I've the fucking puns.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
The conceptual Condiment King. I liked that choice. So, when they do the flashback, that's Joker. That's not Joker before he's Joker. That's Joker.
I understand. I still don't want it.
So, no, because you're missing the point. The whole thing is that it's a caper to be the best. It's all about his ego.
I understand.
Joker's not pure chaos.
He's pure chaos.
No, he's not. That's Heath Ledger Joker. Whoops. Yeah.
And then...
like, almost dies. Like, that fall probably would have killed him.
No, he dies from this.
And who's in the car? Bullock. Oh.
And this is just a great way to get a bad villain into the show,
yeah,
and like not try to take him seriously.
But so that's what I had to look up because I'm like, well, is Pack Rat and like Mom's not, but Mighty Mom, she's not real, but like Pack Rat could be, and it's like no. Condiment King is the only real villain that's in this.
I feel
besides
like
Joker.
Mighty Mom, is that what they call her?
Yeah.
That idea is
Roseanne.
kind of
it's Roseanne.
But that idea is adapted for King Joker. Or is it King Joker? Emperor Joker. Emperor Joker.
Okay.
Because they turned Wonder Woman into a housewife.
Okay, so it could have been, yeah.
I mean, it's a similar idea.
Yeah. Where is Alfred? Shopping for a suit. No, but I actually like this because it's more like Joker always has a reason. It's all about Joker's ego. Mm-hmm. You know, it's the same reason he gets mad. I mean, Denny talked about that in Phantom of Batman. It's the whole reason why he would get mad at Harley because she was funnier than he was. And he's like, no one's funnier than I am. I'm hilarious. This is the guy from Murphy Brown. Do you remember Murphy Brown?
No, I never watched Murphy Brown.
I've wanted to rewatch it because I watched it when I was a kid, and I'm like, would I enjoy that or would I think it was garbage? I don't know. I want to revisit it. And okay, so let me finish my thought. So he was like the station manager, the little kind of Weasley guy. He's been in other stuff, but that's what I always think of. That makes me laugh. Whoa, dibs on the dummy head makes me laugh, and he just scratcher. But just the whole idea that like he doesn't want money, and he's just taking all the other shit. Like, I get it, but do we really need to spend fucking 8 minutes with this guy? Condiment King got like 3 minutes. Pack Rat gets almost a third of the episode.
Those should have been flipped.
Yeah.
Pack Rat should have been in the introduction of stupid villain, and then you spend more time on Condiment King because
Condiment King rules.
Yeah. But it's also like, it's so weird that he's so like, he has that Uzi essentially, and is like, I'm gonna wave this gun around and then steal a phone.
Right. Right. And like, even I get it to the extent that, and that's what I love too, because that's literally, they're like, okay, we want to do Roseanne, but it's the 30s. So what would Roseanne look like in the 30s? Mm. And she's just basically like, for the show, not even the actress, but for the show, she's just a bitch. You'll get oatmeal and like it. Like, and this actually, because he's wearing a fucking baseball cap too. Yeah. That's great. But this is also one of those things that I like, where, because they're about to show up and fucking knock out Pack Rat because he's the worst. He's not the worst. Jazzman is still the worst. I love hating Jazzman. But they find the fucking sticker on him and they're like, oh, it's Mad Hatter. And I like that they do that too, where it's like as a kid, you feel like you're smarter than Batman, because you are. But you feel like you're smarter than Batman because you know it's the Joker, but he thinks it's Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say as far as like where Joker gets all his... He would have shot himself in the goddamn foot.
He would have.
Uzis fucking are wild anyway. You're not going to not hit your foot. Ah!
Well, it's a Hollywood actor who's never actually shot a real gun before.
Yeah, but he's brainwashed. He's not even an actor. He's a comedian.
Tomato, tomato.
Oh, no. No. Very different. That made me laugh too, because I went, that's the no gif. But as far as like, Robin's like, I got a gun now. Awesome. And he dies here too.
Oh, yeah.
Because this would straight up kill you. I'm sorry, this will kill you. Because he holds it, and he gets fucking electrocuted. He's dead. Especially in the 30s or 40s.
It's so ridiculous. How do we find the sticker? Well, it's smoking.
Yeah. Because it's shorted out. There's microchips in the 40s.
It's true. Mind control.
This is beginning to our point to our old friend the Mad Hatter. But no, I love this idea too that Joker just steals the other villain's shit if he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what? I could do something with that. Go fuck yourself.
This is a little fucking creepy, though.
Oh, super. With a
That man
smile on. Oh, yeah, his eyes are fucking rotten. You need to fucking blink or have your eyes shut.
And then Batman just finishes it by breaking his neck.
Leave him with a smile. Why has he got his own mind control device on him?
Why would the Mad Hatter mind control the Mad Hatter?
It's the Riddler. Like, that would be amazing too. Just he keeps getting it wrong. And then Joker's like, I'm right here! Looks like it's... And the fact that he kidnaps her is weird too, but okay. Judge it every year. Remember, we taped the last one. Right here, Master Dick.
This is where the episode lost me right here.
Nah,
let's watch the old one.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get it.
But see, this is very Joker. You had to... I mean, this is stupid, but... Like, the registration was days ago. I don't care! Go fuck yourself! I'm the Joker!
No, but like, in no universe is that man the Joker. Let me just start there.
Well, because Joker's in an outfit. Joker's posing as that guy.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh, I know. And he's like, with different hair.
And different eyes.
Right.
Oh, so you mean a completely different fucking person.
With the same jaw. Oh. It's the Jeff Goldblum school of detective work. Oh, that'd be a decent little design if I could come up with it. The Goldblum Detective Agency. Because that's how I view it. It's not even... Well, I mean, he does say it's not about the trophy. It's about the title. But, like, that's why I view it as like a caper. Like, he just wants to steal the trophy. I'll ruin you all.
Well, yeah, it's all about he wants to be the funniest man in Gotham. But... Yeah, we take the head off.
Because also, how do you do that?
Yeah.
You can't do that shit with Photoshop.
It just... I don't think it's
worth it for me.
I don't think it's in the subtitles, but like Robin gaps. He's just like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, this is no
fucking Mask of the Phantasm just draws red on it like world's greatest detective.
That's more believable than let's change his hair and his eyes and take his hat off.
Knuckles, Vinny, and Kowalski.
I do like this gag though of his goons becoming the judges.
Yeah. Remind me to thank the Mad Hatter if he ever wakes up. Because originally I'm like, let's go already! Fucking asshole. But like originally I'm like, are they trying to like say that this is who the Joker was before he was the Joker? I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But then when he comes out as smiling Shecky Rimshot, I'm like, oh, no, it's Joker playing a gag on everybody.
Yeah.
See, with different hats, me!
Just bugs me. It plays differently too after that awful movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Don't.
I know. Like, I mean, listen, Joker does get mad respect for being a great juggler, though.
Oh, yeah. Always.
This is hilarious, and I don't fucking care. There is not enough force for that to happen.
He's the goddamn Batman. We've gone over
that
this.
defies physics.
The goddamn Batman defies physics.
No. Also, why is there a trapdoor? There's so many questions. But here's the other thing. So she's Roseanne, so she's a big old girl. But they still find a way to like draw her sexy.
Oh yeah.
Like just tig old bitties, narrow-ish waist for her frame. I don't do windows. You're a dumb cunt. It is also like this is so you have Harley, you have Mighty Mom, and if you watch Phantasm, you have that weird robot lady. Like there's this weird Joker homemaker thing.
He's just looking for the right woman to settle down with.
Nah, I think he's looking for the right man. He hasn't acknowledged that yet. This is weird, and I don't care who says otherwise.
Yeah. Mama Spank.
She literally says Mama Spank. Somebody was jerking off to that.
I just love that her gun's a egg beater. Just makes me happy.
And it's a batarang, so that means it's a boomerang. That also looks awkward.
You pull this off.
And then, boom, because she's still a bitch. Don't worry, I'm back to normal.
Who can tell?
Right. I love Joker. This is the part I love where it's like, yeah, it was all just for this. Just to be like, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
I do enjoy that the nightclub is called Laugh with 2 F's.
Oh, of course. Only you would ruin 3 lives for a silly piece of tin. Yeah, damn it, then you look bats.
Presumably he was wearing whatever you call it, concealer? Like whatever normal makeup
you've
is?
Seen Batman 89.
Sure. I have, yes. But, so, no, because he had a completely different face.
No,
and then just wiped it off.
Right. It was just covered, just like in Batman 89. They literally do that in Batman 89, just for the record.
It's been forever since I watched that movie.
Yeah.
Because fuck Tim Burton.
Because it's one of those things I always thought about, because it's like, even as a kid, I go, so the effect is, there's literally a part where he has like the concealer, so it looks like Jack Nicholson, but he's got the smile. And he's in the mirror, and it looks like he's rubbing it on or off. I can't remember. But basically, he's doing the opposite of what he looks like he's doing. So, like, if he's putting on the concealer, it looks like he's covering up the white makeup, but really he's actually wiping it off.
Yeah. Well, because in this, he literally just wipes off the regular face and the hair.
But remember, he did that when he was Jeppo or whatever that bullshit was.
But that was
a clown face.
That was a little bit different because that was weird. Because remember, he wiped the white off.
It still had white.
Yeah, and then later pulled the mask off.
Oh, by the way, that's not how blimps work at all.
No, but
like he couldn't stand on the hand and be like, "Fuck you, Batman."
But what bothers me is that he did that to his entire body because his hands are still normal.
Nice. You're fucking all thumbs. No, he just did his hands and his face and then wiped his face off.
I didn't see that part, yeah.
Yeah. This, like, even though it was goofy to get here, I like this sequence of, like, the blimp's cut, so it's slowly lowering, and, like, the gag of him in his underwear is goofy, but, like, it's Joker, so I'll allow it because it's Joker being humiliated, and that's the whole, like, it's that. But it's the conceit of Joker that, even though he's this monster, and even though it's the gags, which I prefer the gags to just violence, is don't embarrass me. What's so funny, huh? Right.
Yeah.
But he's ultimately a bully. Because, like, what's he doing? He's yelling at him. He doesn't have powers. He can't blast him with his eyes. He can't just start throwing people around. All he can do is threaten and fucking try to get people. Yes. And they let him keep the trophy. They don't take the trophy from him.
Well, they wait to get to Arkham, and then they give it to Harley.
Sure. She's the funniest person in Gotham. I mean,
It's nowhere near the worst.
No.
I'm not saying.
See, I like it though. I like it for a change of pace. I hate this obsession with ultra violence that has happened with the Joker, where it's like he's Leatherhead or he's Leatherface, and he just kill. And it's like, no, like there is just a fucking doing it for the gag.
No, and when I say he's chaos, I mean the idea that Joker has any sense of like the bigger narrative, or like some grand plan to like finally do this or that. Like, no, like he has he'll go out and do like, I'm gonna get the trophy, but that's not a part of some grand some grand scheme to like take over the world.
He literally tracked a man that was rude to him in traffic for 5 years.
This
Joker.
Yes.
Just to call in a favor and potentially kill him.
Yes.
You're just wrong.
No.
We talked about it.
No.
We talked about
This isn't a wrong or right situation. This Joker, yes. The Joker I like is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
So
I understand. I
don't really like Leatherface Joker that much because he has a grand plan that's too broad. That's not what Joker does. And even in this, like when he does that, that's a funny gag. But for the most part, every time we see Joker, he doesn't have a grand conspiracy he's going for. He's going for one little thing. Yes, there's that one episode where he like goes for the guy and does that long con for years on end. Yeah. But like, there's never a grand conspiracy.
Well, I don't view this as a grand conspiracy.
No, I don't with this either. But
yeah,
my problem with this is
not enough Condiment King.
Yes,
I mean that is.
And whenever you do a Joker as the as the stand-up comedian,
yeah,
it rubs me the wrong way, and it doesn't matter if it fits or not. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Why?
Because it comes back to that old "he's the failed stand-up comedian" in my brain, and I don't like that, and I don't like any connection to a Joker origin. Joker does not need an origin. Joker should not have an origin. Joker is Joker.
So what you're telling me right now is that Jeff Johns ruined this episode for you?
No, it's been done way before Jeff Johns.
But the anger that you're like, no, I don't want a Joker origin. I don't want a Joker origin. Who worked really hard to try and give the Joker an origin?
A lot of people.
Well, there was a god. There was a Joker god. So that was one. Yeah. It was Snyder. Johns. Killing Joke was not in continuity. The whole point of Killing Joke is that it's not actually an origin story.
This is the thing, though.
Yeah.
You say that, but it is in continuity.
That's fine, but this is
what Alan Moore wants. I don't care.
No. But if you're talking about people who tried to give him an origin story, you cannot count that because Alan Moore did not try to give him an origin story. The entire purpose of that story is that it is not an origin story because Joker just fucking says whatever he says. And because Alan Moore did not write it to be in continuity. So Alan Moore did not sit down and go, I'm going to give the Joker an origin story. That's the point I'm making there.
That's fine. I don't care what he thinks or what he wants. It is in continuity. So...
But do you understand the comment? Okay, we're going...
I understand what you're saying.
You understand the point I'm making. I don't care about the other part.
I'm saying, I don't care about Alan Moore's feelings. It's in continuity.
And I'm saying if you're going to talk about people who tried to give him an origin story, you cannot include Alan Moore.
But
and that's the only reason I'm talking about his feelings whatsoever, is because you said a lot of people tried to give him an origin. I go, okay, so who? Jeff Johns,
that story gives him an origin.
Which is why his feelings matter, because he wrote a story, which within the story...
So I don't blame him, but that did give him an origin. So you can't take away just because it's not in continuity in his brain.
When he writes it, if you read the story,
I understand.
It invalidates the origin.
Okay.
So he's a unreliable narrator. So to say that that story, in or out of continuity, does the exact opposite of what you don't like. It says that there is no origin for Joker because you cannot believe anything he says.
Okay.
That's the point I'm driving at.
Yeah.
And that's my other point, is that Joker having an origin is something that people that did not understand that story tried to do.
It's one of those things, every 2 to 3 years, and it's becoming more relevant now because we had to get an overrated actor to play Joker. But every 2 to 3 years, they come back to it. They come back to, well, we need to do an origin for Joker.
No.
And it didn't start with Jeff Johns. He's just been the latest victim of this bad idea. And it's just, the Joker doesn't need an origin. He pops up. He causes chaos. He leaves. That's what the Joker is.
I'm sure people enjoyed that.
Well, it's like it's why I'm not really like the '89 Batman. You referenced it. I've seen it twice because just the idea that, and it's another reason why the fucking Jeff Johns thing pisses me off. It goes back to that movie. You don't need to connect Joker to the origin of Batman.
Oh, I know.
Just like the Phoenix one, you don't need to connect him to the origin of Batman.
Right.
I bring it up purpose.
I bring it up for 2 reasons. One, because that and this were my Batman, and this was an unofficial sequel to that movie because the score is the same. You know, they had the same guy work on both, etc., etc., etc. And there's little references back to the movie, which I think we've talked. If you listen to all these episodes, you hear us talk about it from time to time. As much as I joke that Nolan ripped it off, which he did, but but you know, everybody does. This was very much meant to be like for kids who maybe didn't see the movie or were excited about the movie. You know, and saw it on TV, so it was edited like, this is that Batman. That was definitely the idea. The toys of the time was like, this is that Batman. So, you know, I don't think it's the greatest Batman in the world, but I enjoy it I would like to do that as a watch thing because I think it's a goofy movie and there's goofy conceits to it and it's very much of its time. Like having Prince do the soundtrack is it's just such a crazy thing. And we've talked about that where it's like, I would prefer to have 18 more 89 Batmans, not that literal movie, but that energy, than the Robert Pattinson Batman we're going to get. That's just like, my parents are dead and this is serious. No, I want Joker dancing, painting on the Mona Lisa while Prince sings, because that's fucking bonkers. And at least that's entertaining and not just misery porn of, oh, Batman's parents are dead. Okay.
This is what I don't want. This is something that actually, even though I'm not reading it, I'm reading it kind of through somebody else. The recent Batman writer did. He did his Joker story because he was told, hey, episode 100 or issue 100 has to have a Joker in it. Okay. So he did his Joker story, and literally the next issue, Joker's on vacation.
Right.
Like, they literally spent 3 pages of, no, like, I'm on vacation, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, there's the Joker. Now we can do other things. Right. Because guess what? There's more than just the fucking Joker.
Yeah.
So I don't care what they do with Pattinson's Batman.
As long as it's not Joker.
As long as Joker does not show up. Any Joker. I don't care if it's my perfect Joker.
I know.
Just do something else.
Well, and that's... We are getting down the rabbit hole now of just bitching, but that's why when they said, like, oh, Leto's going to come back and now Joker's going to be in Justice League. And it's like, why? Why is this a thing that needs to happen?
That comes down to my whole thing of, like, because now Ayer's like, the studio ruined my movie. I was like, no, your movie sucks.
I know.
Get over it, move on with your life.
But no, it's that. It's and that's a problem with modern it's a self-fulfilling prophecy with modern comics, movies or whatever, but modern comics, because people have felt whether they're right or not, they feel that they've been disincentivized to create new characters, so they always go back to the well. And then that's where it's like, people are like, well, I love the Joker, so let me do my Joker story. And it's like, you know, you can do other stuff, and if things were different, maybe you would just make a new character like Punchline. Just do something else. Like, it's important. So I'm just like, just do something else.
Well, it's one of the things that...
Batman's Grave. Are you reading it or no?
No.
But that's where it's like, there's elements, and I'm sure, like, if I sat down with Doozer, who's a huge Bat fan, he'd be like, yeah, well, there's elements of this and that. I'm like, sure. But, like, the Scorn army in Scorn is a new villain. Or if he's not, at least I'm not familiar with him. Mm-hmm. And it's being handled in a different way.
Well, it's, I'm slowly getting through Tom King's run. It's like, at least he tried Bane.
Right.
And it's like, I know Bane's been done a bunch of stuff, but Bane was created fairly recently.
Yeah.
And
Nightfall. Yeah.
But he hasn't been the big overarching villain of something in a while now.
Yeah. Because they made him into a hero for a while too and stuff. So it's
I'm not saying he's been on the sidelines forever, but I'm just saying he hasn't been center for a while now. And then when they did do a Joker story, they did Joker right, because literally it's Joker crashing Batman and Catwoman right before the wedding because he thinks he's gonna be the best man.
Which is
then they sprinkle in the other villains that but don't hammer it in this is the ultimate Mr. Freeze story or Penguin story. It's like, no, we'll put them in to feed to our overall narrative. And that, I just want more of that.
Listen. I think I'm going to put a button on this. I'm going to summarize it in the perfect way. We need the Underdweller back.
Yes.
That's what this needs. That's what we're really trying to say is... He's called something else, but I don't care. He's always the Underdweller in my heart.
Underdweller with his team. I don't know what you're going to call his team.
Yep.
But his team needs to be Condiment King, Pack Rat.
Supposedly, they're in a maybe not so recent book, but last 10 years, there's a gag where if you look at it the street and it says Pack Rat Comics and the mascot kind of looks like Pack Rat. Mm-hmm. So guys do that stuff. Yeah. But yeah. That's always... I love that. I love that shit. I love doing goofy villains that nobody likes. Or that just you don't do much with. And it's find a reason for them.
That was the other thing I was going to throw in. Every so many issues, he does a Kite Man story. And King's Run.
Hell yeah.
Because it's just we did the super serious story. Kite Man shows up.
Right.
And it's a constant gag throughout his run. Speaking of gags, where can people find you on the internet?
Take it to the balls. JoePank.com, JoePanc.com. There's all kinds of stuff on there that you'll love and like. That's what I forgot, and I've forgotten these run of episodes. As we're getting close to Christmas, or Hanukkah, or New Year's, or Kwanzaa, I don't fucking care what you celebrate. Enjoy your FrozenDick.com. Give the gift of a frozen dick this season. Please. Helps me. Help me help you. You can follow me on Twitter at Cthulhu Holmes or Joe Pank. Both will get you there. You can follow me on Instagram at JoePank36. You can do other things if you want. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I remembered your frozen dick, so I'm guessing. I was going to skip that this time. Just because fuck it. You guys might like it. You might not care. I don't know. Give it a shot. And as always, if you need more Joe in your life, and you have money to spare, you can go to patreon.com/Joe Pank and give me as little as $2 a month. You get a private RSS feed that you can pump into stuff and get stuff out, and you give me more money, you get stickers, and you make me feel like I'm doing something with my life.
Do they get to pump up the volume?
Yes. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Dance, dance!
ForgeCommonNews.com. 5 stars. Share. Bye, everybody.
I'm hungry.